This week on Beacon Web News, the Beacon sports editor Kyle Milligan shares what is going on with the men's basketball team as they prepare for a possible season. I spoke with MCLA's public safety about how students can stay safe on and off campus. That's all coming up next on Beacon Web News. Hello and welcome to the October 21st episode of Beacon Web News. I'm Sym Kehr. MCLA will be hosting a virtual career and internship fair on Thursday, October 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event will be conducted through Handshake, a career services software platform that allows employers to reach students and alumni with career and internship opportunities. There are currently 38 employers registered to attend this event. Registration is required for this event. Just go to www.joinhandshake.com. MCLA Athletics will be hosting a Safe Zone workshop on Thursday, October 29th from 3 to 5 p.m. in Murdoch 218. This event is to educate staff, faculty, and students on the LGBTQIA+ community. There is a limit of 14 people, so be sure to sign up in advance by emailing Amanda Beckwith at a.beckwith@mcla.edu. If you miss this event, another Safe Zone workshop will be taking place on November 13th. Beacon Editor-in-Chief Brian Rhodes and I interviewed Gina Puck, Dean of Enrollment Management and Community Relations, via Microsoft Teams to discuss how spring semester is likely to run.
Yeah, we started with executive staff and some of us that were involved with the COVID-19 planning. So we have we call it a CIRT committee, Critical Incident Response Team. It's sort of a variation of our emergency response that we've put in place specific to COVID. Have been meeting regularly and had sort of thrown out there earlier in this semester planning for the spring. We know it's coming up. We know that spring break, because it is such an extended period of time, may pose some concerns around the public health and safety aspect with students and faculty and staff, frankly, kind of coming and going and maybe traveling to some areas that are at higher risk. So we knew we had to do something. VP Wooters and I sent a memo to the All College Committee for consideration. And so the way our regular sort of shared governance procedure works is these things go to All College Committee. They get sent back to Academic Policies Committee. That's the body of governance, the committee that deals with the academic calendar. So they were one of the committees that first took up the issue in fall around sort of going remote for spring break and how we would handle that. So that being said, it went to Academic Policies on Wednesday, the 14th. And after a really thorough discussion, and because of some information that emerged from the Columbus Day weekend and sort of how we had to test and retest students coming from so-called danger areas, not just outside of Massachusetts, but within the state, their proposal was actually to cancel spring break and start the semester later. So it would start well after Martin Luther King weekend. So that allowed for plenty of time for testing and quarantine around move-in. That went back to the All College Committee last Thursday. So if you guys have been following along with those minutes and decisions, there was a vote to send it back to Academic Policies for further consideration to possibly add in some break time for students and faculty around sort of mental health concerns. So all of that to say, where we land now is it's still being worked on. And so a number of these concerns are being thought out. We're watching really closely what the other state universities are doing. It's a mixed bag right now. A few of them are like us. It's still going through governance. So we're kind of waiting to see.
And now from the Beacon. 2 questions on the Massachusetts ballot, the expansion of the state's 2013 right to repair law, and a question on the approval of introducing ranked choice voting are further explained. The MCLA Special Education Department has a new professor, Dr. Sharon Heed. Heed is one of a handful of new faculty members that joined the MCLA community during these less than normal times. The new members of SGA were sworn in 2 weeks after the positions were announced. The ceremony took place during the SGA meeting on October 19th. The members were sworn in by President Shannon Prouty. You can check out these and other stories from the Beacon at theonlinebeacon.com or pick up a copy all over campus. The coronavirus pandemic has disrupted college sports seasons throughout the fall and winter, with ongoing uncertainty as to whether winter sports will be able to be played or not. Beacon sports editor Kyle Milligan spoke with basketball players to ask how they feel about a possible upcoming season.
The MCLA men's basketball team hasn't won the MASCAC championship since the 1989 to 1990 season. With COVID, there is a potential to not have a season at all, but many of the players are gearing up regardless. Practice for both men's and women's basketball began on October 19th, and practices are looking a little different than in the past. Practice is conducted 3 times a week, 1 hour long, with 2 separate groups to limit the number of players in the gym, and there is also no contact. There will be no games played during the fall semester, unfortunately. The men's basketball team finished last year's season with an overall record of 15-11 and 7-5 in conference play. Enough for a 3 seed in the MASCAC tournament. MCLA won the first round against Fitchburg State before losing in the semifinal round to Worcester State. Noah Yearsley, an upperclassman on the team, said, "As a team, our goal is to win the MASCAC championship and go as far as we can through the D3 tournament. A championship hasn't been won for a basketball team in a while, so to do so, that would feel very special to not only us players, but the coaches, staff, students, families, and fans." Yearsley has had some individual success to go along with some hardware so far in his college basketball career. Yearsley was awarded the MASCAC Rookie of the Year in 2017 to 2018. Last year, Yearsley was named to the All-Star MASCAC second team. Leaders on the team are hoping that the younger guys work hard and stay conditioned for the season due to not having the same amount of practice time. Like other teams during this time, individual work is crucial this year. The Blazers will bring back plenty of their firepower this upcoming season. 7 returners, 5 of their top 6 scorers from last year, including their leading scorer in Yearsley. They will also bring back sophomores Quentin Gittins and Chris Becker, who both played very key roles on the team last year. Gittins created one of the most exciting moments of the season last year, hitting a game-winning jump shot to win in overtime over Westfield during the home stretch of the regular season. Derek Shell will begin his 5th year as head coach for the Blazers. Shell posted his best win-loss record last season since taking over in 2016. Shell had just 18 wins in 3 seasons before winning 15 just last year. If there is a season, the Blazers will look to end their MASCAC championship drought of 30 years. Sim?
Thank you, Kyle. 2 former North Adams State College faculty members recently passed away. Former mathematics professor Ruth Frisia passed on October 10th after a long illness. Frisia earned a master's in education from North Adams State in the 1970s and joined the faculty. Frisia taught for 25 years. Suzanne Kemper peacefully passed away on Tuesday, August 18th. Kemper retired as the Chief Librarian for Public Services and Collection Development at NASC in 1993 after working at the college for 31 years. On Tuesday, October 13th, Chief of Police Dan Colano sent an email to the MCLA community warning of an incident that had occurred the night before involving 4 MCLA students. I spoke with Colano and other members of public safety about the incident and what students can do to stay safe. The email sent to the MCLA community surrounding the incident stated 4 students were approached by a black 4-door sedan occupied by 3 males. The students were asked if they were drunk and then asked for their Snapchat information. The students replied no and began walking away. The occupants of the car continued to watch the students. The students then hid in the bushes and watched the car circle the block a few times. The incident was reported to the North Adams Police.
After the report was made, they decided to walk from wherever they made the report, I'm not sure if it was at the North Adams Police Department, back to campus, and one of the students may have thought they saw the car and they went into the 24-hour Cumberland Farms over here just to kind of, get into a safe place, at which time one of them said, let's call campus police and get an escort and have them physically escort us back to our dorm. We believe, and hopefully it was an isolated incident. There have been no incidents reported prior to that, and there have been no incidents reported after that.
I was actually working that night when they called, so I wanted to know exactly where they were, how many students were they with, and what exactly was going on, and what I needed to dispatch. Do I need to dispatch EMS? Do I need to call NAPD? Do I need to have 2 officers go? So really just to know exactly what's going on.
Campus police recommend using the Rave Guardian app. This app allows for reports of any kind to be made. You can call campus police, and there's a feature called the Guardian Timer. The timer can be set, and if it is not turned off before the timer is up, it will send an alert to a friend or family member of your choice. This app is available to all smartphones and is free to download.
Whether it's on campus or off campus, we say don't walk alone. But if you are by yourself, right, situational awareness, be aware of your surroundings. We talk about some of the technology that's available, our Guardian app that you can put on your phone, that you can call 911 or you can send an anonymous tip to campus police. So there's some technology available.
I would highly stress using the Guardian app, and it's a great access point to us. It happens right away. We get text messages on our phone, like as officers, and we get an email. And then dispatch is also informed and they inform us. Really just know your surroundings. A lot of people aren't from North Adams, so when I came here as a student, I wasn't from North Adams, so it helped to know the things around me.
The only addition that I would add is try to identify who or what is harassing you. If you could get a picture of them safely or the vehicle, it really helps us in trying to identify the suspects and figure out who they are. And obviously for criminal prosecution, that's also valuable.
Probably the number one underutilized service that we have is our accompaniment or escort, to where we make sure people get to wherever they need to get to safely. Right? If they're leaving the library during finals at 1 o'clock in the morning, they need to get to their car, we can escort them to their car, to their townhouse, to their dorms, all right, from one building to the next. And we don't want students to ever feel like they're bothering us. Always call the police, whether it be North Adams or us.
We were happy to help. Our whole department is very community police oriented, and we like engaging our student body. And what better way than to walk with somebody from the townhouses or a CSI or Bowman to their dorm and just have conversations, you know, and it's a little bit of networking that happens at the same time as a student feeling safe and getting where they need to be. Obviously a lot has been said about our Rave Guardian app. I think it's fantastic. It's a really discreet way that you can either report stuff to us or you can set the safety timers like Chief Colano had mentioned, where if you don't acknowledge it, we come and find you. So obviously on that too, if you do get it, get a picture of yourself in there so we know what we're looking for when we try to come find you if we have to.
Chief Colano also recommends having the numbers for campus police and the North Adams Police Department already saved in your phone. For more information on public safety, go to mcla.edu/administration/public safety. Gallery 51 will be hosting Artist Talk with Trinh May on October 29th at 5 p.m. May is a second-generation Vietnamese American visual artist. May will discuss development, inspiration, how projects can inform each other, and more. To register, go to the MCLA in the Community page on the MCLA website. A recorded version of the talk will also be on the BCRC YouTube page. SAC will be hosting Fright Night on October 31st. There will be events all over campus at different times. The first events will start at 7 p.m. and events will wrap up by midnight. Events will range from a horror movie marathon to ghost tours, activities in the quad, zombie tag, and more. That's it for this week. To stay up to date with BWN, you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/MCLABWN. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.